G'day YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report. Look, the days are hot still and the nights, look, we're mid-30s most of the time now and evenings are low 20s most of the time, so that's not too bad. The main thing on the news in Australia at the moment is the bushfires in the southeastern states, and look, the governments and that won't let anyone backburn. You know, in Australia we're that dry that a lot of the farmers used to come home, in Queensland anyway, come home from the Brisbane exhibition in August, the first week in August, and they'd have a cool burn, but you're not allowed to do that anymore. The greenies and all that took over. So what's happening now is the fuel load's getting large, and when we have a bit of hot, dry weather like this drought that we're having at the moment, everything, the fuel load's there, everything's dry, and the place just goes up like buggery. And we're well safe from them at present. We were lucky enough on New Year's Eve, on the afternoon of New Year's Eve, to grab 17 mil. So we got 28 millimetres of rain on Christmas night, and we got 17 on New Year's Eve. So look, that was great for us. No water in the dams, but it's certainly taken the pressure off the water tanks once more. We're only about a rung off out the back here still. One tank at the house is half full, one's about a rung from the top, and the other little one's half full. So that's taken the water pressure off the house for the moment, and so that's good. We were just very fortunate to get under that storm. I had a mate the other side of town, and he was he got 3 millimetres. So, and I've been whinging all year about the storms had come close enough to scare Kelly dog, but you never got any rain from it. But the last, those two falls in a bit over a week, around a week probably. It's helped an awful lot. The paddock's looking a bit greener. The grass looks like it's starting to grow, and yeah, look, it's certainly helped out. If we can get a bit of follow-up rain now and actually get a little bit of runoff rain, it'd be nice. There's still no water in the dams. The place is that dry at the moment that any water that lands on the ground, it'll puddle, and I had a few puddles, and there's a bit of swarth, leaf litter and that washes around with the water, but then she's just bang gone in, and it doesn't get to the dam. So yeah, we're going to need a lot more before we can get any water in the dam. So, but look, that's how it is. That's just what we have to put up with. The fires down south are quite a long way from us. And for those unfamiliar with Australia, you have Australia here and you have the pointy bit. Down the east coast there, right down the east coast, it has high rainfall normally, and it's very lush, and the forest's very lush in there. And in the States, I suppose it'd be like Los Angeles, that area, California, state of California, in there somewhere, I think. And yeah, just nice climate, high population, very high population. And what's happened, they're getting more and more national parks, and where one time the fire brigades, well, I was talking to a fire the other day, and they cleared some fire breaks in the bush, and 2 weeks later they went back. I had to do an assessment or something. They went back and the greenies had dropped logs over them and blocked them, and started replanting the forestation again, like in 2 weeks. And so they had to sort all that out again. But and the other fella said one time he'd have half a dozen blokes doing a backburn. They'd say, I wanted to burn my little paddock here. I'd buy the, back then anyway, you'd buy the rural fire brigade blokes, put on a carton of beer and a bit of a barbie, and they'd come and burn it safely for you and all that. But now there's red tape, and you've got to get it passed from this and passed from that. And we have a little corner of our property here that the state government decided there might be something endangered in there. So if I log in there or take anything, and look, it's only about quarter of the size of Bundy Bear's shed here. If I get caught taking timber out of there, between $6,000 and $25,000 fine. And I own the land, so it's just silly. And so bushfires are on the horizon for Australia. Well, they're on the consciousness at the moment because it's people having a really shit run. People have lost their lives, and sometimes where the bush meets the coast, people have had to hop off into the water and things like that to get by. The army's 3,000 army reservists helping out with the fires now. I think we had 100 odd Americans come in to help, and look, that's a great thing. We have water bombers cruising around and all that, but it's way south of us. So when you look at the map of Australia, from your side of it, when you're looking at the map, on the right hand side you'll see the pointy bit at the top. Now as you come down the pointy bit, it starts to bulge out, but before you get to the bulgy bit, you'll see a little fork sticks up, and that's Fraser Island. It's only a thin sliver, but if you Google Fraser Island, you'll see where it is there. Well, Bundaberg's at about the top of Fraser Island, if you run a line right across, within 100k, and the Wide Bay, we call ourselves the Wide Bay Burnett, and it's the Wide Bay is the bay between Fraser Island and Harvey Bay and Bundaberg, and the Burnett is the Burnett River that comes through Bundaberg. So the Wide Bay Burnett is just inside Fraser Island. So Fraser's had some fires, but the fires that you're seeing on the news overseas at the moment and in Australia, they're in New South Wales and Victoria. So they're where it comes down and starts bulging out, it's probably below that mostly. There's still other fires around. There's still 13 in Queensland or something today, they were saying on the news earlier. So we're not out of the water yet. This is it's looking like it may be the all-time drought since people have been recording or taking note, or human history in Australia. White human history, I should add, I suppose. The blackfellas, they might have another story. The Aboriginals, and they may have other stories. But they used to burn and muck around to flush animals out and things like that. So at the moment in Australia, the Greens and there's just a lot of back and forth. I had a couple of Facebook posts up with just fire bombers going up and saying the Aboriginals didn't have fire bombers. What did they have? And they had common sense. Well, I took it down last night. A few of the Greens and the Labor Party actually hopped onto it, and they started fucking bombing me with posts, and then anyone that disagreed with them, they were just abusing them. So I deleted it. Look, it was just something I'd caught my eye and I thought I'd pop out there. Then all of a sudden you got people, but people abusing other people, just name calling and silly shit. So I pulled it down in the end. I thought, my Facebook page is just for my enjoyment as much as anything. So anyway, that's how it all went. I had me mate and his partner Drew and Tracy. They turned up on New Year's Eve and stayed for a few days. So I didn't get up the shed to do anything on the 135 here. And then the day they went home, and the day after, we'd sold a heap of parts. So we were actually in the shop there. Jude was packing parts. I was trying to sort emails out, and the Bundy Bear shed emails, and the Lance at Queensland Tractor Spares emails, and the info. So we had a heap going on. So yesterday was the first day I actually got back into the shed to try and do a little bit of wiring. And I hooked a horn up. I went to Autobarn the other day, and we have to. Autobarn's it's Australia-wide franchise for car parts, and I bought a couple of horns and a couple of fuse boxes, and the bits and pieces I needed to wire both tractors. But I bug around yesterday afternoon and I put the horn on and it wouldn't work. But one of the new horns, I was checking my wiring and got the test light out and the ohm meter across the horn, and just a dud horn. So I've got it hooked up now. Oh no, I haven't. I unplugged it to test it again. But But look, I've got a bit of wiring done. I'll take you for a bit of a walk and show you that. Drew bought me up a shed fan he picked up on a work site that they were chucking out. It's an old type one with a big cast body on it. So that'll help in the shed here. My old fan I used to call Hurricane Hilda. She died ages ago, so we're going to have a new Hurricane Hilda, but it's a 3-blade setup, and look, it's a rugged old thing. It's just a cracker of a fan, but it's noisy for videoing, so we probably won't be using it for that. But look, we'll see. But so not an awful lot's happened. One thing I was going to do, and I may still do it, is yeah, we have a few beers and you play darts and muck around, and last couple of visits, we played a lot of darts, and everyone's hitting the tin wall, and the darts are getting quite blunt, and some of them are bouncing back. So I was thinking of using my tool post grinder, not my tool post grinder, my decal copy of tool grinder, D-bit grinder is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, take the tail off the darts and put them in and sharpen them. That might be an interesting little clip, but. I also had a couple of Facebook posts up through the week on where I was going to put my lights, and I addressed some of that last stew. Well, I've decided on where they're going now, so that's good. I'm not in work duds at the moment. I'm waiting for Autobarn to open up at 8:30 this morning so I can go back and swap the horn over, because it's Sunday and we're back at work tomorrow with Ross on holidays still and all that, so I won't get Monday to do the stew, and there won't be any time in the day for me to scoot over to Autobarn and do a swap. So I'm heading to town this morning. That's why I'm bloody looking suave. Hang on. Bloody beautiful. But yeah, so I thought while I'm waiting for the shops to open on Sunday, I'll race up here and do the stew. Then I can go to town and get that. And apparently I need some more work shorts. So, so I've got to do that too. And so, yeah, I probably won't get up the shed much today either, so by the time we go to town and do a bit of a fiddle around there. So, but hopefully, let's hope 2020 is a great year. This is our first stew for 2020, and what I was going to tell you was yeah, 225 millimetres of rain last year, including the last bit. So the neighbours got a book. Pardon me. The neighbour's got a book and he kept recording, and on the Facebook the other day, the local Bundy Council put out a thing, and depending on where you are, between 800 and 1100 millimetres of rain a year. We had 225, so that's why it's a bit dry around the ridges. So yeah, that's it's going to be a short and sweet stew. I'll show you the fan. I'll give you a bit of a look at the paddock, just to see a bit of green. We are grateful for that little bit of rain we had, and I'll show you the fan. I'll have a bit of a walk around the tractor here and show you what we've decided on with the lights. And there may be something around. It's muggy. I'm sweating, sitting here sweating, and I do have to. Well, there's not much breeze this morning, and I do have to close the door over to get that glare away. For doing the stew, so I'll take you for a bit of a handheld walk, and we'll yeah, I'll just show you what I've been up to around the place. That's the old fan Drew brought up for me for Bundy Bear's shed, and oh, it's a big solid old cast iron back on it. And if we come around the back there, yeah, you can see the big heavy base, and look, it goes well. I had it on yesterday. It is quite noisy. I'll just pop it on low and I'll just give you a bit of a look. But yeah, it puts out a nice breeze. And that's on low, so it's a great breeze. It's bloody, oh, lovely. How good's that? Thanks, Drewy. Here's another little job we've been doing. That's a high bay light sitting upside down. And in Bundy Bear's shed here, I've had blown bulb up the top here, so I got the ladder and went up there and got way to buggery up there and I changed that light bulb. But the one on the ground's just a spare that we had when we did the renovations in the shop. So to the gutter, or that line across there is, actually it's the one with the 3. That's 4.8 metres, so you're looking at 5.5, 6 metres up there. So I have one over on the welding bay, one on the hoist. But yeah, I'll tell you what, when you're up the top of that ladder there, and that ladder starts having a bit of a wobble, it's a bloody long way off the ground. But anyway, job's done. Job's done, so that's, yeah, that'll help with our lighting for sure. Okay, this is some of the wiring we've been doing. And I bought those little brackets in from the States, so that's a little bit of 7-core wire coming across the side there. And I'll see, we'll just go handheld for a minute. And we've got the wire coming up and through, and where are we, Lance? There we go. It comes out the grommet there. So we're trying to have nice tidy wiring. We'll see how we go. When we come down the side and all the junk, where are we? You can see the brake light switch there near the crimping pliers. That's all working out okay, but I've got junk everywhere at the moment. But the voltmeter's hooked up and the whole ignition circuit's working, so that's coming up okay. We'll go around the back and just show you what the lights are looking like. Right, so after discussion on Facebook and putting it out there last year, do you fellas know I haven't bought a tractor all year? Bloody withdrawals. This is what we've decided to go with. This light here is the stop tail, and this will be the flasher, for the indicator for going around corners. I went into Repco and I found a couple of nice rubber grommets to suit the 3/4 hole on top of the butler light bracket. So from the back here, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I've got the other side mounted, or the bracket on, but that's all. So the left hand side will be a direct copy of this side here, and when we come around, yeah, look, it's looking pretty nice and neat, I reckon. I'm happy with that. The indicators and all on the dash, I haven't done anything more with that. Apart from the voltmeters working, and I've got the horn up under the dash. We'll go back around the other side. I've done nothing more with the trailer plug. I just haven't had the focus. There we go. I just haven't had the chance, or the focus either probably, to sort anything there. So we'll go around the left hand side. Okay, around the left hand side I've got the horn button here. It's a genuine Lucas one, and I've decided to hide the horn up in there. I still have to tidy up the wiring, but that's okay. But that's okay, that's working well. I'll take this battery terminal back off again. I never walk away from the tractor and leave that on. Still nothing on this side. I'm still to hook the brakes up yet and things like that. But yeah, look, that's about it for the tractor. We'll do a pan out and just have a look. I don't know about everyone else, but you always have a mess. I have a tool tray here that I have my crimper and my multimeter and all that sort of stuff in. And then I have crimp terminals down here. Then behind them I have nuts and bolts to suit the tractor. Then boxes with spare lights and things like that in it. And you always have a bit of a mess going on. And that's the right hand foot plate with the crimpers and a torch so I can see under the dash and all that. So yeah, look, always a bit of a mess going on when I'm working on particularly electrics. I seem to have a big mess there. Oh, someone mentioned about that red there. Look, that red's going to disappear. There's going to be a piece of conduit put up through the side there, so that'll be okay. But look, as for the little Fergie, I'll step back a bit. And that's about it. Haven't got an awful lot done really. Should be a couple of cockatoos up there mucking around somewhere. See if we can get in on them. No, can't seem to pick them up real well. But look, the paddock's looking not too bad. That's the greenest tinge we've had in a long time. So we're enjoying that. The paddock next door, it's looking okay. A heap of kangaroos in there last night. But yeah, look, that's looking okay. We're quite happy with the green. Look, that'll all be gone in a week if we don't get a bit of follow-up rain. But look, it's just nice for the moment. We may as well just enjoy it. Okay, we're out walking around. This is our little orchard, and oh, these trees have been battling. But Judy came up yesterday and she cleaned some of the grass from around the trees and mulched them with a bit of lucerne, just to try and hold what moisture we have. A couple of them, like that one there, seems to be doing particularly well. We had to put white oil on them yesterday. We're getting a few aphids and a few citrus leaf miner coming in. The one next to it there's a pecan nut tree. I'm really looking forward to that coming on. But there's one little tree, I'll try and stay out of the pictures, but that one's the leaves are a bit raggedy on. And on this next one along here, that one's really been battling with aphids and things like that. So we painted lime onto the stem there. The ants don't like walking up the lime all that much, but they are having a go. And looks like they're walking up this post now. So we might take that out of the way. And that might fix some of that problem anyway, but they are getting over the lime. They just don't like it so much. So yeah, that's other little jobs been going on in the place over our holidays, so we'll see. I thought I'd have my little tractor finished, but it's just nice to see a little bit of green tinge out across the paddock. Kelly dog likes just wandering around, snooping about. But yeah, there's a little bit of green coming. Okay, that's it. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, we got sounds like we got the black cockatoos outside racing around. So sometimes when they come before rain. Well, it might be an old wives' tale, but we're hoping that's the way it goes. And but look, thanks for dropping by, everyone. Like, subscribe, and comment, and do all that sort of stuff. And we'll catch up with you next week. We'll try and get a few afternoons or evenings in on the tractor here if we can, but just bloody busy. Just yeah, these holidays. Jude and I were just saying we've had a fortnight off, and the list of stuff we wanted to do for ourselves, we've just got none done. So anyway, doesn't matter. We'll catch up and get them done sometime anyway. So once again, thanks for stopping by, everyone. We'll catch you next week.